Hello there, my name's Peter Thompson and this is one of my DVDs on the myths of golf. Many people have heard all these myths, maybe not even knowing they are myths, and they try and then swing according to the doctrine they've been listening to, and it's a myth. This myth is about one having to swing with tempo. Well, tempo to me is when something moves very rhythmically and tends to have the same movement backwards as forwards. That to me is tempo. If we apply that to a golf shot, and have the same movement backwards and forwards, then the ball will not go very far. I never use tempo in my lessons, so I don't believe it's a good idea to try and think about a nice tempo or a nice rhythm. To me, golf is a hitting the ball game, hitting the ball forward, and the faster you can swing, the further the ball will go. Everyone, of course, has limitations. The ball can't go further than the speed of your swing, but we still need to hit the ball. And hitting the ball and tempo to me are not quite the same thing. You've heard the word tempo many times, I'm sure you have. What does it actually mean to you? Does it mean backwards, forwards like a metronome, backwards, forwards like a swing? It probably does, it does to me. But when we're hitting a golf ball, we want to hit the golf ball with the club head moving really quickly, rather have a really quick swing and you lose your balance than have a really slow, beautifully rhythmical swing with great tempo that is very slow, and tempo tends to make people swing too slowly. I'm going to show you three phenomenally good golfers, three of the best golfers who ever lived, on my computer screen, and then see if you think they're swinging with tempo. Let's go and have a look. This is Tiger Woods. Everyone knows Tiger Woods, a golfing genius. This particular shot was a dogleg right to left, and he wanted to hit the ball over the trees, and which he did, and almost got the ball onto the green. I think the hole was about 380 yards long. Now watch this swing. I'm going to play it at normal speed and then see if you think this swing has got tempo. Watch it again. When he hits the ball, and he hits the ball, he's got both of his feet almost off the ground. He's swung so fast the club head hits his back, and look at his feet, look at the balance. There is no balance. Now that to me is a full-blooded hit of the golf ball with no thought of tempo whatsoever. What do you think? Watch it again. Just a hit. Tempo was not in his mind at all. This is Arnold Palmer, another phenomenally good golfer, one of my favourite golfers actually. It's back in the 1960s. Let's see if Arnold Palmer is even thinking about tempo. He wrote a book once and he called the book Hit It Hard. Hit the ball hard. Didn't say hit the ball with tempo, he said hit the ball hard. Let's see if he does. Where's the tempo? Just a hit. This is Jim Furyk, and an outstanding golfer. One would say he hasn't got a classic golf swing, but whatever that means, I don't think there's any such thing as a classic golf swing, really. What I do know is Jim Furyk's won many tournaments, and he had a gross 59 in a golf tournament, and I think a couple of years ago now he had a gross 58. A gross 58. See if you think this is tempo. I don't think it is. His plan is to hit the ball down the fairway. And there's the ball taking off down the fairway. I think this is when he won the US Open, I'm sure it is. But tempo is not what he's thinking about. He's thinking about getting the ball down the fairway. So, three Greek golfers: Tiger Woods, Jim Furyk, Arnold Palmer, and in their head they want to hit the ball at the target. They are not thinking, I haven't spoken to them about this by the way, but you can always tell by the way they're playing the game that their only concern is to smash the ball where they want the ball to go to, not this nice tempo. I'm going to show you some more videos in a second about tempo. I'm not saying for 1 second that you shouldn't swing in balance or swing rhythmically or swing with tempo. Having said that, I've shown you some fantastic golfers not doing that. There are brilliant golfers, and you would say the tempo is good. I've shown you three of the best, and the tempo isn't there. It just doesn't exist. Let's look at some more. This is Ballesteros, who was a phenomenal golfer. I think this is at Liverpool St Anne's when he won the Open there. And let's watch the swing at normal speed, hitting the ball out of the semi-rough, I think with a 5-iron, ball onto the edge of the green. Wanted a 4 to win, 5-iron out of the grass, front of the green, 2 putts, and he won. But look at the finish. He's walking down the fairway. Where's the tempo? That is a desire on Seve's part to hit the ball hard as he can, out of the semi-rough, down towards the green, so he can go on and win the Open. That's what he did. Not thinking about tempo, just thinking about the result. The result is, where does the ball finish? In this case, front of the green, 2 putts, wins the Open. No tempo in his mind. Right, one more. Jack Nicklaus, in my opinion, the best golfer has ever lived, and he won 18 major championships, and as I see his swing, that's just a hit. Just a hit. You're watching this, do you see tempo there? Hopefully you'll see somebody who is making sure the grip is good, the stance is good, the ball position is good, is then going to take the club back fairly slowly and then just go through really quickly. Jack Nicklaus had one of the slowest swings from starting back to hitting the ball, but he hit the ball the furthest because he went back quite slowly, quite deliberately, and then came through really quickly, as you'll see. Look at the speed. So, two more great golfers. You've seen 5 of the world's best ever golfers. If you watch Jordan Spieth, Dustin Johnson, they follow that principle of let's get the ball to the target. It doesn't have to look pretty. It just doesn't. So I call hitting the ball within control. The control comes from club selection, ball position, feet, stance, posture. Let's get that right. Then back hitting position, then hit the ball. The function of the swing is more important than the form of the swing. If you've got a swing that looks really smooth and rhythmical, but it's just smooth and rhythmical with no real speed, no real aggression, you might hit the ball nice and straight, but not very far. You need to want to hit the ball quite a long way. Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus was taught, or they were taught, to hit the ball a long way first and then get the direction afterwards. One of my pupils, I had to go 17, and I said to her, let's get the distance, and her father agreed, let's get the distance. Then having got the distance by hitting the ball, not having nice tempo in the swing, having got the distance, then make the ball go straighter. And she got down to 4 handicap and actually played for England. That was great. So, Mr. Golf, tempo. I don't believe it's the right word to be used in a golf swing. I believe you need to think about standing, aiming, that gives you the direction, choosing the club, that gives you the distance, then take it back and hit the ball. If you can do that without falling over, fantastic. But if you do lose your balance a little bit, it matters not. You've seen some fantastic golfers hitting the ball, in particular Seve, hit the ball and walked up to the ball. Walter Hagen did the same thing back in 1920s, 30s, won 11 major championships, hitting the ball and walking after the ball. Gareth Bear, another one. So try and not think about tempo, try and think about hitting the ball towards the target. And I hope this helps. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much.